What's going on, everybody? This is Temperature Check. I am your host, as always, man, Mr. Check the Temperature. Doing. And before we get started with today's content, I must do what I always do anytime you see me on your screen, and that is thank you guys for the likes, comments, shares, most importantly, those subscriptions. So whether you be a day one fan or someone who just locked in with the channel, I greatly appreciate it. And if you're loving the content, you're loving what I got going on my channel, man, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, Mr. Check the Temperature on both of them platforms. But you see the title, man. You see the title. I was able to lock down what I believe is the flag bearer going into 2021, man. The leader of the new school, he got a lot to say, and I want to give him an opportunity to say it, man. He made a lot of noise last weekend in the Survivor Series. Definitely one of the most talked about performances. The battle itself was great, but the performance, everyone's talking about next. Everyone's saying he's the one that's about to really carry the battle rap community to the next generation. So without further ado, I definitely want to bring him in, let him talk his shit.
Yo, what's the deal, man? Shout out to Temperature Check, Next, Demons, Western Conference, all that. We fresh off Survivor Series, so we moving forward.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again, like I said, man, I want to thank you on the channel, man. Thank you for coming to the channel and gracing the platform, man. Like I said, man, obviously you being one of the leaders of the new class, man, I really want to give this opportunity for people to get to know who you are and what you represent and what your journey was. So I know you're from Sacramento, man, but what is it like out there? Because I know I was in LA last November. It was not a good situation on Compton.
Yeah, I mean, Sacramento a little bit different than LA. The politics a little different. The streets are a little different. But I mean, it turned up just the same. You feel me? It got that West Coast feel. We closer to the Bay Area, so we got a little bit of Bay Area politics too. But it's really like it's just its own thing. You know what I'm saying? People think of California, they automatically either think the Bay Area, San Francisco, Oakland, or LA. But Sacramento kind of like its own little. You feel me? We operate how we operate.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. So let me ask you this: when was the first time you graced the stage in a battle, and when was the first time you just started rapping? Like, when did you know you could do this?
So I started on Twitter. I started on in a league called TRL, and we used to send text rounds and things like that. So it wasn't really like performing or any cadence or anything like that. It was just punches, bars, you know what I'm saying? But I started that when I was like 14, 15 years old. And then my first live battle happened when I was 16. And it happened because, like in TRL, I was just like, man, I can't really express myself how I want to express. I'm not delivering. I'm not really even battling nobody. It's just like comparing bars that we came up with. You know what I'm saying? So it got to a point where it was like, nah, I got to go live with it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I definitely agree with that, man. And hey, man, we thank you for that because you are definitely a talent coming into 2021. So where is your home league at? Is it the Riot? Is it the Riot League?
I got a couple of them that like really pushed me, so I consider all of them home. I got PNR. That's where I had my first battle. That's
Oh,
where
we're gonna
next.
talk about that too. I saw who you battled. They talk about, we'll get into that later.
Yeah. But that's where they got the Next versus Geechi Gotti, Next versus Saint on that channel, and then I got the Riot. Shout out to KP. That's why I battled Cali Smooth. Jayrone battles on that channel. A couple battles over there, and then even Coliseum out east. They did a lot for my career, and one of the main reasons I got pushed. So I got Next versus Swag Tanner over there.
Okay, so what I'm getting at is that you're a rookie, but you're really not a rookie.
Right.
People look at your age and they just assume, he's so young, he hasn't battled a lot, but you've been in the trenches.
Right, 100%. I've been battling for 5 years now, and it really took it really took 5 years for me to get that talk that I deserve. I got lost in the PG process for a little bit. I kept circling in the PGs, and then the Crucible came around. And once I started performing in front of the right people, everybody had their eyes on me. It got me a chance to show my star power. You feel what I'm saying? And they kind of just realized what I could do.
Okay. No, I definitely feel that. And speaking of your star power, I have a question. Like, when people talk about you in a positive light, what are some names that they try to compare you as?
As far as like So people, I mean, Twerk himself said he feels like my trajectory could be the next Twerk. You know what I'm saying? Like how quick I'm climbing the ranks, how quick they gonna give me a push. He feels like I could be the next him. Even like Gotti, how Gotti came in quick and he kind of got that push and he was like the next big star out of nowhere. I think that's another case that we're looking at right here.
No, for sure, man. I definitely see a lot of talent in all the battles, man. We've been communicating probably over the past week, man. And I went back and watched probably 6 or 7 different battles, man. And you consistent through, and you can
Right.
see the growth in every single battle. You can see your ins and outs getting better every battle. You can see some of the punches that you're coming up with is just ridiculous for as young as you are.
Right.
I know the matter of fact, the JFK line. I tweeted you out about the JFK line. Like, how did you even come up with that? Like,
okay, so that was it. Next versus Ron Compton. See, that was a PG that really ain't dropped on a URL channel. That was dropped on the Riot. You feel me? We got our hands on that footage and we let it out on the Riot. But he was part of the crew called New Wave. You know what I'm saying? So it was Die with the Wave like John F. Kennedy. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, that one was a crazy one, man. That's Next versus Ron Compton on the Riot channel. Go check that out when y'all get the time.
Man, I'm about to. Matter of fact, what I'm gonna do in the comment section, I'm about to put all your battles on YouTube on my comment section, so people can go check you out, man. Because I really want people to understand who you are and what you about to bring. Because I think you're quite unique, honestly. I think you have one of the more unique voices and deliveries, definitely in this class and definitely on the URL. Period.
No, that's.
But let's take a step back. I do want to kind of talk about the Crucible. And first and foremost, I have to ask this question because again, it's in the news. Shout out to KG the Poet, man. The situation with him and Robin Rhymes is definitely in the news. What are your thoughts and opinions just on not that particular situation, but KG the Poet, and how he's been able to, or has he been able to help you? I do not know the relationship.
Okay, well, KG, you know, KG's job is to really like put on the new talent out the West. You get what I'm saying? And for a minute, it was like the West wasn't getting as many eyes as we could on us. You know what I'm saying? So anything that we really got came from KG. So I give, full respect to him, because he's like really the main one that gave us a possibility to be on URL in LA or be on URL in Washington or be on URL in the Bay. You get what I'm saying? Like he was really the only one that was opening that URL door for us. So I got full respect for him. He definitely helped me out. He taught me a lot of lessons about being ready and not really being ready yet. Because like I said, I thought I was ready when I was 17, 16. And now that I'm here, now it's like, okay, now I know I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? So salute to him. He actually started the whole Crucible process, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I saw an interview he did with Piper Boy Williams. So shout out to Piper Boy Williams and KG the Poet. And he said it was him and P. And him and P came up with that concept. And speaking of that, and you also kind of spoke earlier to your experience, kind of like going through the circles on the PGs. Can you kind of compare them experiences? And because I know
I rock with the Crucible way more than the PGs, man. Like the PGs was just like there was so many, and there was so many battles on every card. It got to the point where the crowd was exhausted. Like it was too hard to find the stars. You get what I'm saying? And really, it was just like they would the PGs would move on. The PGs that moved on, some of them weren't really stars like that. You know what I'm saying? They got lost in like this Survivor Series bracket or this, I don't even know, in between phase, the one-off. I remember we had the one-offs.
Yeah.
So with the Crucible, it really like weeds out the stars. You know what I'm saying? Like they not focusing on the best rapper, the best performer. Like they focusing on that star power, that it factor, the promotion, the marketability, and they not looking for the best rapper up next. They looking for the next star. And I think the Crucible is a better process of finding that.
Okay. No, I appreciate that, man. Because obviously, like I said, the thing I think that Crucible gets knocked on from the overall community is because we can't see the battles and we don't know how to see those. And everything that we get is word of mouth, or we get a post battle interview or something like that. So I appreciate you being able to clear that up for us.
No, definitely, and I know the first phase of the Crucible going to end pretty soon. I think the last one is Northwest. I think that's next weekend. So, the footage probably should be coming pretty soon. And I know they're going to drop it like a season. So it's gonna be certain episodes. Episode 1, LA, episode 1, South, episode 2, or episode 3, the East Coast. You feel me? Like they gonna drop in different episodes, and it's not really gonna be battle for battle. It's gonna be like highlight clips, interviews, and different things like that. It's really like American Idol.
Okay, I like the concept, man. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing some of these battles because I heard some of them was crazy.
Right.
I heard it's a lot of talent in there. The talent pool is super deep. So who are some other people out the Crucible that we should be aware of that might be coming forth in the next
Dev
couple
the
of months?
Demon, man. I think shout out to the Demons, but Dev the Demon he's ready, bro. Like he's just like, I won't say he's just like me, but he is on that same skill caliber. You feel me? I just got to look first, but he's another one that's ready. I'm rocking with Ty Pretty right now too. I think Ty Pretty's really dope. I think King Jables is really dope. Active is supposed to be in it. You know, Yak the Ripper, Eli the Mayor, Dot Everything, another one crazy. Yeah. Dot Everything is crazy, man. So that's another one to look out for.
Man, it sounds like this 2021 class is not going to be one to play with.
Yeah, definitely not. Like I said, the Crucible is really, bro. The Crucible it's doing its job from what I see.
Okay, no, that's definitely, at the end of the day, that's the only thing we give a fuck about. Niggas is getting looks and niggas is being brought up the right way. So let's kind of switch the subject a little bit. Let's do a little pivot, man. Let's talk about one of your favorite topics to talk about: West Coast movement.
Right.
So obviously we got the bigger names. You got the Geechi Gottis, the B-Dots, the Rum Nitties, Jada Nightwings, and things of that nature. But I heard in an interview, man, when people, I guess they were maybe downplaying the movement of the West,
right,
and they said, what would the West be if those guys weren't in it? You was the first to jump out the window. Why do you feel so strongly about, I guess, who you are as a battler and the West Coast movement that you are leading? Not, you know what I'm saying, not the older generation, but this personal class.
Nah, I just feel like for a long time, because I've been here 5 years, so I seen the time where the West wasn't getting no love. You know what I'm saying? Right. The West wasn't getting no love. Gotti kind of opened that up for us. So I seen us go from no love to a little bit of love, and now people saying West Coast runs battle rap, which I totally agree with. But now, when that happens, it's like, okay, but they just got these people. Like once these people are gone, they're not going to have nobody. Like, nah, that's not true. We got me, we got Fate, we got Dev the Demon, got everything. Real name Brandon. Like there's people under the Gottis, the B-Dots, the Rum Nitties that people aren't too familiar with. But once they see them, they gonna catch their eye for sure. And like I said earlier, like there was a problem with the West Coast PGs not getting seen like that. We would have one drop after every event. And that one drop would be like a Jada Nightwing battle. Jada Nightwing gets the push. And it was just like one at a time, even like Emerson Kennedy, one at a time. Now it's like with this new process, with all the people working like we're working, you're going to see 5 of us out of state at the time, 6 of us out of state at the time. Maybe we could have a whole card on this coast with 5 of us on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely some new cats that deserve the respect that they're not getting right now.
Okay, I definitely appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, giving them some shine as well. But as we talk about the West Coast and we kind of talk about the West Coast, honestly, in my opinion, is really running battle rap at least the last 2 years. Right. If you say champion of the year is that barometer, the West has had championships 2 years in a row. And right now you're looking like B-Dot is looking to secure the 3rd championship in a row. And so shout out to B-Dot. But, I heard it's about to be a cold chiller in December, man. I heard it's about to be a cold chiller in December.
B-Dot don't chill out of here, man.
So if they battle, what you got it?
I got B-Dot clear to 1. Chiller good enough to get around, but B-Dot scary with no crowd, man. With no crowd or this limited crowd, like B-Dot looking like the GOAT.
No, he definitely is. I saw an interview with him on Hip Hop Is Real, so shout out to him, where he basically said, like, once the crowds go back, you're really not gonna see too much of B-Dot. And a lot of people in the battle rap community were upset about that, but I understand it. Just seeing the rise that he had, it was almost like he was a newcomer in 2020 with no crowd.
Nah, exactly, and that's like when out of nowhere you start getting the respect you deserve, you don't want to go back to that crowd and risk not getting that respect again. So I completely understand it.
But it looks like the West is in good hands moving forward, man. It looks like you got a really good grip and a really good what I want to say. You got a lot of good leadership skills about you. I see you in the interviews and you make sure that you big up your team.
Right.
And for me, that's something that I feel is very, very admirable. I think that's an intangible that not everybody has. Because you see all these battle rap groups and they're front heavy, they're top heavy. They might have one or two people because the top person doesn't talk about anybody else but himself. But every time I see you in an interview, man, you're always talking about your team. You're always talking about the platforms you've been on and bigging them up. And that is something I definitely think is going to help you.
That's a fact. It's because we got it from the mud for real. Like everybody on the team, like they wasn't getting. We ain't have no top tier straight out the team. Like we, it took Dev to share my battle, me to share Dev, Fate to share Dev, Fate to share me to share Drix. You know what I'm saying? Like we was producing our own buzz by ourselves, really, and really like we from NorCal. Shout out to Billy Boondocks, the newest addition to Demons. He's the only one from SoCal. You know what I'm saying? So we from Northern California. When I say NorCal, that's what I'm, Northern California. So we wasn't really we wasn't in LA either. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't really in where all the action was. We was really creating our own buzz out the mud, just sharing each other's battles, clipping clips and then sharing them. And then eventually, the demons start, okay, they bubbling out in NorCal. Then we bubbling out in SoCal. Now it's like, you going to see it all. You going to see us on it. Cards everywhere. You get what I'm saying? So I just appreciate the fact that we got it out the mud. So every time I'm on a camera, I'm going to shout them out. And they're going to do the same thing for me, no matter how big, whoever gets.
No, that's facts. That's facts. So how did you guys even come together? Was it just like you guys just grinding together, really just trying to make names for yourself and everyone pretty much just trying to help each other out?
That's exactly what it was. Like me and Fate started at the same card. You know what I'm saying? Our first battle on the same card. Drix was a year after us. Dev the Demon was like probably the same time as Drix. You know what I'm saying? And we kind of felt like, okay, we from NorCal. The LA scene not really pushing us as much as we could be getting pushed. Not saying it was an intentional thing, but they just wasn't seeing us as much as they were seeing the LA cats. So naturally they were going to push them more, which is understand. You feel me? I understand it. So it got to the point where we like, man, we crazy. Like we just as crazy as these cats. They just need to see it. So we just kept grinding in the, PNR. They up north. So we kept grinding in the PNR circuit to a point where every battle we having moments. So now we sharing in all the Facebook groups in the Western Conference, and they like, yeah, nah, these guys is in. So basically we got started by just not getting the respect that we deserve and kind of demanding it.
Okay. No, that's super dope. I think that, what I'm saying, the best groups, the ones that really kind of stand the test of times, are the one that's made organically. And it's not just a bunch of dudes from various regions just coming together just because y'all can all rap. So I definitely appreciate y'all organically making your group.
No,
but let's get back to you, man. So there's a battle that happened last Saturday. Right. Or last weekend. I don't even know when the damn battle happened. But I know it happened. But I know when it happened, it was all over Twitter. You were definitely one of the performances that was talked about. So can you give me your rundown of the battle and what we can expect when that footage drops?
Okay. I went first. Funeral Fame was at home. He had a couple of the Goonies standing behind him. He had really like the DMV support. And like I said, there was probably like, 15 to 20 people there, but over half of them was with Fame. He got to the point where the cameraman was kind of like telling them like, y'all got to fill in. Y'all got to, we need some people on this side. The footage looked crazy. So in the first, like they wasn't really trying to show me no reaction, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? The first is the only round that they say could be debatable though. You feel me? Like the first, the only round that could be debatable. The second, I'm writing up every round. So the second, I'm getting more love now. And then the third came along, and it was every bar. You know what I'm saying? Like every single bar, they stopping me. Like they not letting me go. They not letting me go. You feel me? I'm looking at P like, man, I'm snapping. You feel me? Like this. Like I remember talking to P. Like there was a bar where I said something, and they stopped me for like the fourth time in a row, like 4 bars back to back. I'm looking at P like, man, I'm not supposed to be here. He kind of just nods, like we both knew what I was trying to say without saying anything. So that was crazy. But yeah, like I said, the first is really like the only round that could be debatable. I thought it was. I think I edged the first and got the last two clear, and I think on camera it'll be the same way. Like, you feel me? The last two cleared and the first edge.
Okay.
I think Anwar might have called it the same way too. There was a couple people that gave me the first.
Okay. No. Even that's a great caveat, man. So on, I watched the interview that you did. You said that you hadn't won or that you hadn't lost a round in 2020.
Right.
So I personally made it a point to go back and see if I could debate a single round. TGE Yung Griz. No, I got you winning that one. The one that hurt me, and we talked about this a little bit, Jayrone. Being from St. Louis, being from my city, man, that was almost, it was tough to watch that battle.
Right.
It was tough to watch that battle. I mean, it wasn't like his bars just wasn't hitting. I don't know if it was just the energy that you exude a lot.
That was the first battle that gave me the buzz. Don't get me wrong, the Crucible, like when I did the Crucible, because this buzz, this big noise that everybody hearing on Twitter, on Facebook, on interviews, you feel me? This big commotion that everybody is getting from me has only been like the last 3 months. Like the Crucible was, I want to say July or something. Like the Crucible was around there. Yeah, the Crucible was July. You know what I'm saying? And that's like when I had the Crucible, I had performance of the night at Crucible, and that's when P was like, yeah, you know, he different. You know, JB kind of said the same thing, like, yeah, he's one of them ones. And then I wanted to do the Unity. Not only that, I did the Griz battle 2 weeks after that. I went crazy in there. I'm sure they seen that footage because Yung Griz is a URL talent. Like they rock with Griz. And then I did Unity probably, I want to say 2-3 weeks after the Griz battle. And that was like, again, P and JB get to see me. You know, Black Market gets to see me. So the fact that they just seeing me again, it's like, okay, what's he going to do this time? Was it a fluke, or, you know, is he going to get crazy? And then when I got crazy in the Jayrone battle, it was like, man, you know, it's consistent at this point. And P gave me a co-sign in an interview. Loso co-signed me, Debo, Anwar. You know, it was just certain people that kept saying, you know, you guys got to watch out for this guy. And then after that, that's when they pulled me out the Crucible. That's when they said the battle dropped. And like 2 days after that, P posted on Twitter like, yeah, Nxt is we're not going to keep him in the Crucible. You know, he did a couple PGs. He's next up. He deserves to be on Survivor Series. So then, you know, it was already kind of like a lot of buzz on my name when a Survivor Series card dropped. It was a lot of people like, bro, why is Nxt so low? And that's a different reason. Like, they forgot to put the battle on the flyer, then they had to add it at the bottom. That's a whole different reason. You know what I'm saying? But the name was at the bottom, and there was a lot of buzz. So it was like, what are they doing with Nxt? What's going on? And then after the battle, it's like, okay, yeah, he showed out. You feel me? I'm hearing like standout of the night.
No, that's a fact. So when the flyer first came out, because when I saw the flyer, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What in the entire fuck is going on? How do you have Nxt on the bottom of the card? Right. So I'm glad that you was able to let us know, hey, it was just a late addition to the card, but it don't matter where you were on the card. It matters what you do when you got on that stage.
Look, when I battled Jayrone, I was the first battle that weekend, performance of the weekend. You know what I'm saying? When I battled at Survivor Series, I was the first Survivor Series battle of the weekend, and I had like reputable. I'm not gonna say any names, but like important people come up to me like, "This another one that you set the bar too high." You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if they keep putting me first, it's just the bar's gonna get set high, and that's all that they're gonna have to deal with.
Well, you ain't gotta drop those names, but I will. I know you got a cosign from Twerk. Yeah. I know you got a cosign from Swamp.
Right.
Pretty
and not
much
only that, you know, Swamp said he wants to battle me. So it's a different cosign when that happens. And you know, Twerk ain't said this on camera, but he told me like, if Rookies vs. Vets come around and he's on Rookies vs. Vets, he wants me to be the rookie. You know what I'm saying? That he battles on Rookies vs. Vets. So I'm like, you know, I got both of these people that, like, you know, they certified, they want to battle me. Even Holmesy said something. Cuban talking out the side of his neck right now, but Cuban don't really want that smoke for real.
I saw that, man. I saw after Survivor Series last weekend, you and him kind of going back and forth. So you think that battle is something that you see happening in the near future? Or you just think, you know what I'm saying, it's just
it could. The riot, that battle was supposed to happen in March. It was
okay.
on the riot, but you know, COVID hit and they canceled the whole event, and it never really got talked about again after that. But me and Cuban been going back and forth for like 3 years now, 2.5 years. You know what I'm saying? We both started around the same time. We were both the young guys, so we knew eventually. You know, Cuban kind of got that push first, and I always told him, you know, I'll meet you up there. You know what I'm saying? I'll catch you. Just give me a second. Give me a second. I'll catch you. So we'll see. Maybe it gets booked. Maybe it doesn't. Either way, you know, we probably still gonna be talking on top.
No, shout out to Cuban, man, and like you said, man, although some of these battlers, you know, they might have got their shot or they pushed before you, man, you are walking down a lot of battlers and passing them.
That's a fact. That's a whole fact. And you know what I'm saying? Like last year, because like I said, this buzz, this commotion is only last couple months. You know what I'm saying? It's not like this has been in the works for years and that URL's been one. P ain't think I was that good when he first seen me. To be honest with you, he seen me at a band. Well, he's heard about me a long time ago, a couple years now. But his first time seeing me live was at Band Legacy. Two out of PG against Ralphie Gabbana that ain't really come out. It came out on the app TV version or something. It's not even on the real app. But P ain't really think I was that good when he first seen me. So it's not like URL been wanting to push me. This whole commotion, this whole push has been like the last 3 months. You get what I'm saying? So these people, even last year, that were getting pushed, like, man, next ain't even that. Next ain't even that. And now I'm kind of just walking through where you guys are at, looking back at y'all, like, man, y'all shouldn't have said nothing, because that's like, and that it's a life lesson, bro. Like I tell a lot of people, being a battle rapper taught me a lot of life lessons and maturity lessons as a man, not even a battle rapper. You know what I'm saying? That'll teach you not to talk down on the lesser, because you know at any given time they could be up there where you at or past you. You know what I'm saying? So I think that they just had to learn that too. You know, the people that was talking like, nah, we not seeing next. Next ain't this. Next ain't that. Nah, now next is the hottest thing in battle rap, period, getting talked about. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's up from here.
No, it's I've seen a lot of improvement and I've seen it fast. Like you said, man, the last 3 months, I saw you on top tier media. Shout out to Ledge. I saw that interview. I saw the interview just did with my guys, the underdogs. So no, I've seen you make your way. And then I saw the face off with you and Funeral Fame
Right.
on Reader and Anwar's, and that was heated, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's part of the job. They want you to sell the fight. And if you can't do that, then you can't be one of the top dogs in the game. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a fact.
But yeah, I've been on Anwar's show since I think I was on Anwar's show like 2 days ago. I was just on something EBL yesterday, and then something else, Mr. Circle City, and then I had this one, and then I got Black Compass later today too on Caffeine. So yeah, I just been going on this little media run, trying to get the name out as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? It's working.
No, absolutely. Keep doing what you're doing. Like I tell a lot of younger battlers that are coming up.
Right.
They sit around and they wait for, oh, I'm gonna wait for Uncle Ryan 15 minutes of fame. I'm gonna wait for Champion and Jay Black. And it's like, yeah, I understand that, and that's where you want to be for sure. And I'm not gonna knock you for that. But it's like also they're only gonna, in my opinion, they're only going to interview you when you fresh off a battle or when you're going into a battle. Right. And it's a lot of these smaller platforms like myself that are growing that's really trying to elevate you while elevating our platform at the same time, man. So again,
and I be knowing even these cosigns and my name ringing, like I ain't there yet. Like I'm still in the trenches with my people. You feel me? So we thugging it out no matter what.
Oh yes, sir. Humility with dignity, humbleness with pride. I get you. So let's talk about something, man. Let's talk a little shit, man. So you got if I give you the class of 2020 versus the class of 2021, man, give me your top 4 out of the 2020 class versus your top 4 out of the 2021.
So 2020 is like what? That's like Real Sick in them?
Yep, that's Real Sick, Easy to Block, Captain Kid, Chaos, that whole group. Basically the ones that was on Ricky's versus Vets this year.
All right, my top 4 out of that class, like my top 4 probably be Jay the Nightwing. Jay's that class, yeah?
Yep.
All right, Jay the Nightwing, Real Sick.
You want to talk about that Real Sick and Chili Jones battle? My
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. He got crazy. But a lot of people don't know. I mean, just to change the subject real quick, me and Real Sick was booked on a PG earlier this year. Only the strong. That didn't happen because of COVID. Yeah, right before Ultimate Madness. So that was supposed to happen. That didn't. You feel me? That's a battle that could happen real soon. No cap. But yeah, Jada Nightwing, Real Sick, easy to block captain, and my last pick probably be Kid Chaos.
Okay, no, I like that. I like that. So we got your four from the 2020 class. Who you bringing with you?
So I gotta pick 3 names with me. So it'll be me, Piranha,
Yeah, I like that.
Dev the Demon, and Trufo.
Shout out to the Midwest, man. You killing us, but at the same time, hey, I appreciate that, man. Shout
Yeah,
out
nah,
to Trufo. I just talked to him a
the
couple
West,
days ago.
the Midwest and the West got like this little, we be going back and forth, but it's all love. Like, you feel me? I stood behind him at Survivor Series. Piranha stood behind me at Survivor Series. Like, we know, our region be getting overlooked pretty easily, so we gonna push for each other.
No, I know. I definitely appreciate that. It just seems like, you know what I'm saying, battle rap the majority of battle rap was just so East Coast biased that like when we talk about, it's funny that you bring up Swamp's name. When I talked to Kid Chaos when he was on my show, I compared the rise to Swamp and his leadership with moving the South and being a flag bearer for the South for the same thing that Averb did for the Midwest. And, I feel like Geechi kind of did that for the West, but I think you are trying to, make sure that you're going to be standing right beside Geechi. So whenever he's ready to transition, you can just step in that place and keep it pushing.
No, that's a whole fact. That's exactly the plan.
No, that's it's gonna be lit, man. Your 2021 is shaping up to be very, very interesting, I think. So, right. Speaking of your 2021 temperature check, give me 3 battlers that you want in 2021. I don't care what tier they are. Give me, if you could get them, sign that contract. Who you want?
All right, we're going. It's been talked about. First one gonna be chess.
Woo!
Yeah. Rookies versus vets. Hopefully it'll be chess. Next versus chess. I think it makes plenty sense. And I'm gonna push for it to make more sense. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be the first one. The second one probably be Rum Nitty. Me and Nitty. I think Nitty the best in the game right now. You know what I'm saying? So I say Rum Nitty. The last one, a toss up between either Sean. Me and K-Sean be crazy, and Reed Dollars. I think me and Reed Dollars' aggression would be different.
So I'm looking at your list that you had. I'm not gonna lie to you. The one that intrigues me the most, and the one I compare you to, is a Young Shine.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that aggression that he has, that aggression that you have with the bars and the deliveries. And low key, you a little bit of a performer too. You got some performance in you. I don't know if people are really talking about that as much as they should be.
Right.
But the you versus chess battle is a very interesting battle. Why do you want that battle so bad?
That's the first, bro, when I started, like I said, I started when I was 16, and ever since I started, that's been the one that's been talked about. Like, oh yeah, I'm not even talking about like big talk about like the homies that tell me like you and Chess would be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Or like my region, like you and Chess would be crazy. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna work for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that's one of them battles that's more for the people that been around. You know what I'm saying? The people that were thugging it with me in the trenches type shit.
No, I feel that. I'm trying to think what he's just coming off the K-Shine battle.
Yeah. Chess great though. Chess one of my favorite. Like Chess is him, no capping. Like none of them names will be an easy battle that I name. You feel me? Because that's not what I'm going after. That's not what I'm going after at all. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Chess is one of them guys.
No, it definitely ain't no bums on this list, man. And when you talk about Chess and the run that he had, man, a lot of people don't realize like how many great battles and great performances he had in a row before he met John. He was on like a year, like I think 8 or 9 battles in a row. When he came back against Twerk, the twerk, the Geechi Gotti. He had the 2-on-2. He had the Tory Doe, the Arsenal,
Jerry West, yeah.
Oh, Greg, Jerry West. Like it was a lot of Chess was cooking,
Danny
man.
Myers, yeah. Chess was cooking up.
But no, that's a battle. Whenever you ready to do some market media on that, you let me know. We'll definitely figure it out. We'll bring them outside either one way or the other.
Right. That's a fact.
So let me ask you, man, you got any type of new projects coming up, anything like that you want to talk about?
Okay, so
I know you. I saw that you just as soon as you got off the plane, like the next day, you said you was contract was signed, man.
Yeah. I got this. I want to drop a project like early February. You know, I haven't decided music wise. I haven't decided if it's going to be an album or EP yet, but it's going to be my debut project. I think the buzz is where it needs to be for me to drop it. So it's going to be like early February, late January. You feel what I'm saying? Sometime around there, depending on what happens with the battles that I got coming up. But other than that, you know, I got something locked in with URL. It's definitely bigger than the last one. It's something that people are gonna want to see, and yeah, it's gonna be crazy. You know, it's a step up for sure.
Okay, I know you can't tell me who it is right now, but are we gonna see you again in 2020? That's what I want to know. Are we gonna see you again in 2020?
Yeah.
Enough said, sir.
Yeah. 2020. Yeah, it should be.
No, that's gonna be fire, man. You know what? You've done very well for yourself in a short amount of time. Even in the 5 years, man, you have climbed. Like people don't realize when you talk about 2 years ago, you battled Geechi Gotti.
Right, that's a fact.
I think Av battled Geechi Gotti 2 years ago.
It was right after the Av battle. That's when I battled him.
So you got Saint on your resume. I saw Uncle Ross say he was talking about you and he was telling you kind of like slow down when you come in with this wish list of people you want to battle. I agree with that to an extent, but it's like if you don't talk about it, they're not gonna give you them type of battles.
Yeah,
and if you don't, so what do you think about that? Like
I just know the type of competition I belong with, and like it's not who they feeding me right now. Like fame is cool for what he is. He's not this stuff, and that's what I was trying to explain before the battle. Like I know the type of competition I should be around. Jayrone is cool for what he does, but he not this. The Crucible cats there's a lot of dope talent in there, but they not this quite yet. You know what I'm saying? So I just named the people that I know who I belong with.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. Well, I can't even tell you how much I appreciate the opportunity to just sit down and chop it up with you, man. I'm hoping, you know what I'm saying, we can swing back around, spin the block, come back here. You can visit anytime. You are a friend at Temperature
Yeah,
Check.
I mean, I'm saying it on live. You know, after the battle drops, whenever the battle drops, I'll definitely come back up here as one of the first interviews after the battle drops to recap it with you.
Oh yeah, we can definitely do a bar for bar recap. We can definitely, and you can kind of even explain some of the bars that you laying down, man.
Yeah, we can do that.
No, that sounds like a plan, man. So shout out to Nxt, man. This is Temperature Check. I am your host as always, man. Mr. Check the Temperature, man. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and like always, we just getting started.